Hello, hello, it's Tash and Ro.
Welcome to or welcome back to It's Saturday, your personal self-care pod where you can escape the work week and unwind with your two besties.
No matter what day of the week it is, but for us,
It's Saturday.
Okay, we're celebrating International Women's Day by having a very special guest in studio today. Everyone say hello. We're joined by the one and only Irina Popova.
Hi.
She is a real estate agent, a managing partner of the Agency Ottawa, and a little bit of a rock star.
Yes. So we really want to have Irina on this specific episode today because she really embodies the whole girl boss attitude by not only being a really successful real estate agent, but also a rock star mother of two. And she's a real life rock star because she's actually a singer in two local bands. So we have so much to talk about today. And yeah, let's just get started. So thank you for coming today.
It's quite the intro.
Woo-hoo.
Thanks. I'm super excited to chat with you and the Saturdays.
Saturday!
She knows.
She knows.
Yeah. I love that you guys are doing this.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So first off, I just want to know a little bit about your background. So I know you're from Siberia, Russia, correct? So when did your parents move here from Russia?
From Russia, so I was 14. And actually, I'll mention in Russia, Women's Day is a huge celebration.
Really?
Like March 8th is like one of the biggest days of the year because we don't have Mother's Day.
Okay.
So that's the day where like,
interesting.
everybody gets
Every
cards
woman.
and flowers and yeah, it's like a huge celebration.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's so
big day.
14.
It's so
okay.
appropriate then to like have you here on
Super
that special
appropriate,
day.
yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
that's
I'm
oh my
so
god,
into
it was meant to be, guys. So you came here when you were 14. Okay, so my parents, I'm also an immigrant. We moved here when I was 4.
Okay.
And I still felt like there was a huge adjustment period, even being such a young age, just because my parents didn't know the language. We were moving to a new country. We didn't know anybody. So what was your experience moving here? Did you have that struggle of kind of
It
like,
was
what the
horrible.
heck is going on?
Yeah.
Where am I?
Yeah.
Did you speak English when you
No.
first got here?
No, it was
Your
really-
English
And
is
you
so
were 14.
good.
It was terrible.
Wow.
Well, listen, I mean, overall, everything, it turned out great, obviously, but certainly, like, 14 is a very tender age.
Yeah.
already hard enough,
Hormones,
yeah.
hormones just running wild. And then I learned English in Russia, but, like, the basics, you know, hello, how are you, some basic grammar, but I really had a hard time actually speaking, and understanding was very hard. So when we moved here, I was 14. I went to a school in Barhaven. It was like a Catholic school. No ESL program.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
very little immigrants there at the time. So I was like, I felt like I was the only one in the school, which is probably not true, but that's how it felt.
Wow.
So it was like a very typical story of, you know, a girl eating her lunch in the bathroom alone and feeling like an outsider with my weird Russian food and my weird Russian pants and stuff. So definitely a tough first year, but you know, you adapt so quickly at that age that like a year after I felt very much as a part of a community. But I also switched to a different high school. I went to Rideau High School after,
Okay.
which was like
Okay.
only immigrants.
Oh, okay.
So
You're like,
I
these
was-
are my people.
These are totally my people. Yeah, I fit right in there. So that was a good experience after that.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Was there
cool.
anything else aside from that that was a big culture shock to you in comparison from Canada to Russia?
People smiling all the time was a big shock, or people that you
You're
don't
like,
know
what are
saying
you-
hi to each other, or like, you know,
Like
you walking
waving
on the
to you and
streets.
you're like, what?
Yeah,
what do
or
you
people
want?
just like, hi, how are you? Like in Russia, if you make eye contact with someone you don't know,
It's
you're
weird.
gonna get yelled at. Like,
Interesting.
You don't
Wow.
say, like, you barely, there's no small talk. You just like go on about your day.
Okay.
So that was a big
Adjustment.
shock. Yeah.
Do you find now you're more likely to like smile and have small talk, or do you still kind of find your roots? You're like, I'm gonna avoid that.
Most of the time I totally do, but there's moments where I'm like, okay, maybe I should have been a little bit warmer. Like I feel some Russianness still coming out once in a while. You know?
Russianness.
My
on
Russian's
certain
coming
days, I'm like,
out.
sorry, that's just the Russian. Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that.
Working on that still.
So you mentioned you would like sometimes eat your weird Russian food because I had that experience moving here. My mom would always pack like a thermos with like all this like stew, and you'd open it up and be like, oh my god, everyone's like, what are you eating? They're eating their like bologna sandwich, you know.
Exactly.
What do you have like a favorite Russian traditional dish that you really like eating or that you like making?
Yeah, I don't make much food.
Okay.
Just in general, I'm not a big cook. My mom makes really good Russian food. Borscht is a big one. It's
Okay.
like
Oh, I
a
haven't
really
heard-
delicious beet soup.
Yes, it's cold, right? A cold
No,
soup.
it could be. Maybe some people eat it cold, but mostly we only do it hot. And then there's a potato salad It's like a Russian potato salad,
love
like the
potato
winter
salad.
salad. So I've made that a few times, and actually my friends really liked it, and I've made it a few times at different parties.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, my
Okay,
mom makes the
cool.
food.
Yum.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No
You-
one can cook like your mom
No,
or anyone's
no.
mom, you know?
It's
Your
probably
mom
the
just
same
knows.
For you,
yeah.
no? Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Like last night I had food. I'd cooked all this different dishes, and Faraz, it's like I had visited my mom, and he's like, "Can you just bring back something?" I'm like, "There's 3 different meals that you can eat." But he's like, "But it's not your mom's cooking." I'm like, "Oh,
Fariba slays in the kitchen.
Oh
Have
my
you
God.
been back to Russia since you've moved here?
I went back like 19 years ago. So it's my 20-year anniversary this year, actually, which is a big deal for us. My sister's going to come into town. She lives in Toronto. We're going to like probably rent a room at the Chateau Laurier, do a little
Little
photo shoot
celebration.
with Parliament Hill in the background.
Oh my God.
Something special, yeah. So 19 years ago I went back.
Wow.
And I don't ever want to go back again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no interest.
Yeah.
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 Especially these days. It's
That is very fair.
And why did your parents decide Canada? Did they just pick Canada because it was the
my mom got married to a guy that lived here.
Okay.
Yeah, also a Russian guy. They've since divorced, and anyway, long story, but yeah, that's why we came
Okay.
here.
Okay.
It was,
Interesting.
worked out
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my God.
Okay, cool. Can we talk a little bit about your real estate journey?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So from your background, it looks like you have a really diverse skill set, obviously. So like robotics, hospitality, banking. So can you speak about your journey to pursuing real estate and how you came to that decision?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where did
long
that start?
journey
we were creeping
there.
you a bit. We're like, what is she?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
it
like,
looks
how do you know
had
all
some
this?
robotics. Yeah, you were like, you had some background in robotics.
Well, it helps
and
that I
stuff.
have a little bio written on my website
Yeah,
with all that
yeah.
info.
That does help. Always check the website for the bio, guys.
It's all there. Well, yeah. So I went to college for robotics in Algonquin. So
Okay.
it's like a very hands-on what do you call it? I can't remember. It was a robotics technician program.
Okay.
Because I've always enjoyed putting things together or like trying to figure out how something works. But as I was doing that, I was also working at a restaurant.
Okay.
And one of my regulars there was a really successful realtor. And she was just like, have you ever thought of real estate? I'm like, no, I've never thought of real estate because we've never bought real estate here or in Russia. None of my friends at that point have bought real estate. So I didn't know anything about it. And then I talked to a couple of realtors sort of through friends, and I'm like, this sounds amazing.
Yeah.
You get to make your own schedule, you get to make so
Yeah.
much money.
Yeah.
But obviously when I first started, I realized you don't make your own schedule and you don't make any money. You just have to work all the time, and then eventually it sort of catches up with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then along the way I worked at a bank as a teller for a couple of years, got robbed a couple
What?
times. and then-
Actually?
Yeah, I got like
At gunpoint.
not a gunpoint.
Oh.
No, a guy just like ran in
With
with
the
a
bag?
mask. He didn't bring it. It was the same guy twice. So the first
Oh,
time he came in,
What?
he didn't even bring a bag. He just like
my
ran up
God.
in a mask. Like, give me all the money, and it was Valentine's Day.
Oh my
So
god.
maybe he was just
You forgot to buy a
desperate.
gift.
Yeah,
Trying to buy some chocolates?
like maybe.
Oh my God.
And then he came back like a month later.
So they didn't
and he
catch
brought
him.
a bag. They didn't catch him. But after that second time, I just wasn't comfortable because he came to me both times.
Oh my God, that's
You know what I look
traumatizing.
like, and I don't know what you look like.
Yeah, I don't like that. I
Yeah.
don't like that.
You're like,
Oh
I'm
my
out of
gosh.
here.
No, that's
You're like,
not-
here's my 2 weeks. I'm gonna go sell some
Oh.
houses.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
wow.
eventually I got into the real estate thing, and that's been about, it's gonna be 10 years, I think, next year.
Wow.
Or this year even.
Congrats.
Yeah,
Okay.
time really flies.
That's really cool.
That's really, really
what
cool.
was the first agency that you worked at?
I started at Keller Williams.
Okay.
That's now Remax. And
Oh,
then I
my
worked
mic.
at Coldwell Banker. That was a really good experience, actually. But then I met Max, my partner. We met like kind of by chance at a listing that he was selling. He met me to give me keys. And
that's love at first sight.
yeah, he's really cute. But anyway, I just added him on Facebook, and then he came to my open house, and he recruited me to work on his team because he just got like a big developer project.
Okay.
So we started working together, and we didn't hook up for like a couple of months.
Okay.
For the
That one, I
record.
feel like you guys are like a power duo. So
Literally,
he works
yeah.
at the agency with you. You guys are working
He owns
together.
the agency,
He owns the
yeah.
agency. So I know obviously there's pros and cons with working with your partner. So did you guys have any challenges that you had to work through at the beginning of working together?
Yeah, we work together. Some people think we actually work together all the time, which is not really true. Like we don't sit in the same office or anything.
Okay.
We work on some developer clients together, but otherwise I have my own business with the team that I run, and then Max sort of runs the agency, and he's got his own side projects.
Okay.
So we don't work together too much, but challenges, I mean, Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
A lot.
I mean, it's just, what would be the challenges?
Like, do you find it's hard to like not bring like business into the house? Is that kind of like
I kind of like that though.
Okay.
I can see that. I could see like working with your partner, and what you said, you guys aren't directly working on projects. So it's kind of nice. You see him, he's doing his own thing, you're doing your own thing, and then you meet up at home and you're kind of like, okay.
different things to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
That's nice, actually. I could see that being like really...
It's great. And you kind of work towards the same main goal,
Yeah.
right? And then you get to see each other grow in your career up close, instead of, you know, like you coming home being like, oh, this happened, I got this award, and then your husband's like,
what? I have no
okay,
idea
great.
what's happening.
Yeah, but actually being able to see like Max go from, you know, a young businessman to now building this whole thing. It's like,
empire.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
Wow, that's awesome. I really
And
love
then
that.
before the agency, it was Blue Panda. So what was the inspiration to transition from Blue Panda to the agency?
So Blue Panda, we started 7 years ago now, 8 years ago. So we were younger, right? We were in our 20s. And at that point, there was no boutique real estate brokerages in the city. It was like very much corporate.
Remax and
Yeah.
like all the big
Exactly.
guys. Yeah.
So we didn't really want to do that anymore. So we started this kind of with the idea that it was going to be just a small group of friends, essentially, working with developers.
Yep.
And then we created the brand, and we started having people basically knock on our door, being like, "Can I work with you guys?" So then we're like,
Wow.
"Okay, maybe we can grow this thing." So then we did. But as you, I mean, 7 years is kind of a long time, right?
Yeah.
So then we grow up and kind of grew out of the brand a little bit, for me anyway, personally. You know, if we want to go after high-end real estate, it's a different crowd. They might not be super into the Blue Panda idea, right?
Yeah.
So, and then Max heard about the agency many, many years ago, and then they started selling the franchises.
Got you.
So then it was kind of perfect timing. So we met with them in Beverly Hills a year and a bit ago now.
Wow.
And, just went for it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
that
they
is
have
right.
such a global presence, right? So
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure there's like a
yeah.
lot of advantages now with being I know you guys travel all the time for work too, which
Yeah,
is amazing.
I wish
yeah.
it was all the time. Does
Yeah.
it seem like it's all the time?
Oh, it seems like it.
It's really, really fun. It's nice to have a support system, because with Blue Panda, it was mostly Max alone running the business, coming out with all the concepts, and
Yeah.
That's
so
a lot of
it's-
work. Yeah, it's
so it's
hard.
good to have, especially for him, like to have, well, I guess for all our agents too. Like we have meetings. Actually, tomorrow they're starting this new cool panel where Mauricio is doing the what do you call it? The moderating.
Yeah.
Moderating of the panel. So they're gonna have that every month, and like just the global meetings are these insanely successful, famous agents. You know.
Yeah,
that we get to pick
seriously,
their
like on
brain.
TV.
It's so cool. And then we went to New York a few weeks ago, and we got to chat with the Buying Beverly Hills cast. And
Oh,
ladies
that's
there.
so
That was
fun.
fun. Yeah, it's just
Our
fun.
coworkers. That's really
And
cool.
we met people from Turks and Caicos, and so
Yeah.
when we go to those places,
Now you have
we
someone.
have people. Yeah,
Yeah.
they can just recommend whatever restaurants and create experiences for us, and yeah.
I just
that's
got chills. That's
I
amazing. That's
I
so
know.
fun. I
Once
love
we
that.
can actually travel
Yeah.
properly with when the kids are
With
a
the
little
kids.
bit older. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That'll be fun.
I'm a really big fan of Mauricio since like back in the day,
Yeah.
like season 1 of Real Housewives of Beverly
Yeah.
Hills. So I just have to ask, like, what's it like working with him when you get the chance to be around him?
It's really fun. I mean, he's a busy guy, but he
Yeah.
he sort of makes a point of stopping and chatting with you, and
For sure. He
Um,
seems very personable. Like I
he's
met him
very
at the
personable.
the
you must have
opening
been
party.
fangirling.
Oh, I tried my best not to. I think I
Yeah.
did a good job by keeping it
You
in.
did, yeah,
Honestly,
you
I did a
did.
really good job, but on the inside for sure. But he
was
just,
screaming.
I was screaming, but he just took his time to like chat and get to
Yeah.
know us, even though we weren't even agents. Like
He's
just
so
he just
real.
seems
You
really
forget for a
nice.
second that he's like so famous because he's such a nice guy, and you just chat
Totally
with
down
him
to
and
earth.
so down to earth. The only
Yeah.
thing he said, remember the wine thing? He's like,
Oh yeah.
so he was out of wine, and then he's like, oh, I need a glass of wine at the party, and I was like, oh, I can get it for you, and he's like, no, I'm not drinking out of that stuff like at the bar. I have my own guy like
No
at the cellar.
way.
So I was like, okay.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
the little like bougie moment
own
where I was like, of
stash.
course I'm not drinking this wine that they're giving here. You have like some bougie cellar wine.
Yeah, he's on another level in some ways for sure.
Of course,
but
of
he's
course.
he's full of knowledge.
So much.
And he's a real pro. Like when he was here for the party, he had to do a little. Well, he didn't have to do, but we asked him to do a little video for us for the penthouses that we were selling, and we just gave him 3 points. And he remembered like the square footages perfectly, the price perfectly,
Wow.
like from just one.
Very important.
Yeah, and did it in 2. I think it took him 2 takes. Matt took a video of him like this,
2
and he's just like
takes.
a
What a
pro.
pro. He's been on TV for a little while, so he's probably used to the cameras by now.
No, but it's awesome to have access to him.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like and technically any of our agents can go to these events and chat with him. You just have to go.
Yeah. Of course,
It's really, really fun.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I
That's
feel
amazing.
like the agency has a really good company culture.
Yeah.
So how do you find that it's different from other real estate brokerage you've worked at?
Well, culture comes from the people
Mm-hmm.
at the brokerage or whatever, any other business. Number one rule at the agency is no assholes.
I love
Yes.
that. I love that rule. I think
Right?
that's a
Yeah.
really good rule to have.
And we kind of had the same rule with Blue Panda Realty too when we were
Okay.
when we would interview agents or whatever. Like, and now for sure we don't just take anyone. Like it has to be the right fit personality wise, but also you have to be a good agent
At the end of the day.
at the end of the day, exactly, because it's so easy to ruin the culture if you have one bad apple,
One asshole.
one
Yeah, one
asshole.
asshole.
Yeah, and like we fired
Overruined.
people already from
It's just
yeah.
it's nice that you now like you've grown so much that you have the opportunity to be selective and like like build your brand and curate it to like how you want it to be.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It affects everybody's business if someone's not representing the brand properly.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
we're pretty careful about that.
What would you say makes a really good real estate agent, and kind of like what lessons have you learned along the way? I know you've been at this for 10 years now, you said. I'm sure you have a lot of stories from back in the day when you first started. I know we have, even just with this podcast, like when we started, there was one episode where one of our mics was completely muted
Oh no.
the entire time. So
Did
we're
you have
just
to redo it?
So we actually just increased the volume of the other
Okay.
one. But again, like there's so many things that you learn along the way.
Big learning curve.
So do you have any of those kind of stories
Those
where you're
moments,
like, those
yeah.
moments where you're like,
Oh, dude.
I remember that.
Yeah.
She's like, do you have another 2 hours? We'll be here.
Actually, I feel like I have really bad memory for like really
Block
bad-
it out.
Yeah.
I don't want
I
did
don't want to
happen.
know. Yeah, that's
mean,
fair.
I think for anyone sort of thinking of going into real estate, for sure, finding the right people to work with.
Yep.
You either want to join a team or get a mentor.
Yeah.
I started alone because I was like too proud for some reason to work on a team. I'm like, I can do this on my own. And I didn't make a sale for 6 months. Like I was friggin' crying to my mom
Oh my
all
God,
the time. Be
yeah.
like, I have no money. What do I do? So definitely just, you just want to get as many sales as possible, as quickly as possible, even
Okay.
if you have to share your
Share
commission.
commission.
Like it's
Okay.
just get that experience under your belt. And get your contacts in a system right away. That's something I screwed up with. I just didn't have the right CRM, the contact management program, and I just didn't keep track of my people very well. So like from day one, just get your names,
organized.
get organized.
Yeah.
Super important.
That's really good advice because that's like your little black book as a real estate agent. You
It's the
need
most
that. It's the most.
important thing.
Your contacts are everything. So
Yeah.
if you lose all that, like, what are you doing? Yeah. Okay, that's really good advice.
And maybe another advice would be don't get into it for money.
So I was gonna say that. So
Yeah.
I feel like right now there's a trend with all these real estate shows. You know, like on
Yeah.
Netflix and stuff. There's Selling Sunset, and I want to ask your opinion about that after. But I find now there's like a fad of like, oh, real estate. It looks easy enough. You walk through a house and you say some stuff about courts and you know, like you slide some doors open. And that's it. Like that's the whole job.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who's like maybe thinking about doing real estate, but it maybe
Thinks it's
isn't?
super easy,
Yeah,
just get
yeah.
into
Who
it.
maybe just thinks this is just. It looks so fun and easy. Would you be like, guys, it's a lot harder than what it looks,
Than
and
what
there's a
they're
lot of
showing.
behind the scenes that you're not seeing, like.
The
For
nitty gritty.
sure. I mean, it's
Yeah.
really easy to get into it because
Yeah.
the bar to entry is very low. Like the course is not that hard to go through, to get through. It's hard. I mean, for the first 2, 3, maybe even 5 years, I know you work. I worked 12-hour days at least.
Wow.
No weekends off. Like
Wow.
you burn out a couple times. I'm not saying I did it right, but that's what I did.
Yeah.
Burn out a couple times. But it's like starting any new business. You have to go super, super hard.
Hard at
and
the
then
beginning.
Eventually, you sort of, you know, you can
Plateaus,
float a little bit with the referrals and stuff if you're good. But yeah, if you're looking for an easy job, don't go into real estate.
Yeah.
Because at first it's definitely not easy, but it is a lot of fun. And it's
Yeah.
actually, when you sort of look at it, like just the tasks that we do, it's not a hard job.
Okay.
Right? You get to show beautiful homes, and you get to chat with people that you like most of the time. But it's very demanding, right? You have to be on top of it 24/7. And you have to be good. If you're bad, you're not going to get referrals. Like, reputation is everything.
Yeah.
So you really have to get into it wanting to do a good job for people. Like, we're not salespeople, even though that's what it says in our email signatures. We're advisors, and we have to really keep that in mind. Like, it's I always kind of like to think that I'm my client's just best friend that happens to know real estate really well, but I'm only gonna let you buy what I would buy myself.
For sure. You're putting a lot of trust in the person who's selling your home or helping you find your home. Like, that's one of the biggest decisions of your life. So like, you really have to be in it. You're just like helping people like secure like their dream homes.
And buying your home, it's like a memory you always have, right? So like, I even know with this house, we were looking for a while and it was just not the right fit. And Eric was very patient with us and was like, as soon as we would walk in, he'd be like, it's not it. I can tell from your face. Like, let's move on. Let's not waste your time. I just know. Yeah. So let's not even like go through the rest of the house. I just know this is not for you guys. I'm like, and I appreciate that, because sometimes you're like, oh, but we came all the way here. So let's just walk around aimlessly. I know we're not going to buy it, but let's just walk around.
Oh, well, that's the worst when people do that.
Yeah. So
you're wasting everyone's time.
So Eric would be like, I know you're not in it. Let's get out. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah. You have those clients, as soon as they walk in, they're like, I hate this house. But let's go look in the basement. And how old is the furnace? I'm like, why do you want to know all these things? You're not gonna
why
buy
do you
this
want
house.
the stats?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's funny.
It's a really fun job.
Yeah.
I will say that. Yeah.
And you're on a team. You run your team at the agency. So what would you say makes a great team? Like, what's the recipe for a good
it's
team?
the people.
It's the people.
Yeah, it's the people. I love my team. We've got some real gems like Bruce and Rose and Casey. I think you guys know.
Yeah,
you know
I love the whole team.
Yeah.
I love them all. They're great.
Yeah, they're all really, really good people. And that's just luck, I think. A little bit. A bit of luck. And they work really hard. Love that. You need to have hardworking
people who actually really enjoy this, because if you enjoy it, you're gonna work harder.
Yeah, and to me, it makes no sense to work with people you don't like. You're working, that's already hard. Like, why make it harder by being around people
you don't like?
Let's make it more enjoyable.
Too short for that.
For sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you feel you faced any challenges in your industry by being a woman?
I would say not from. I think not in my specific industry. I guess what I'm trying to say is just as a woman in general, as a mom, working is just harder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not specifically real estate. I guess, if people want to see houses on weekends, it's harder to get someone to watch 2 kids because they're so small right now. Yeah. But in general, I kind of don't really like. You have the typical older male agents that will sort of talk down to you.
The traditional, like old school.
And I used to sort of get offended. It hasn't happened to me in a few years, which I guess means that I'm also getting older. But at first, it happens a lot to newer agents. But you kind of just, you let them
brush it off.
You're like, what's the
not
point?
worth your time.
No, it's not my job to teach you how to talk to people. Let's just get it.
That's someone else's job.
Yeah,
that's super fair.
I think. I mean, real estate is not male dominated.
Okay.
From what I can tell, anyway.
Okay.
Maybe in management, a lot of brokerages have, probably heavy male presence on the management level. But as far as realtors go,
a lot of them are females.
Pretty fair,
yeah. I feel like that's changed. Like, it's more women dominated now, probably in the last like 2 decades or so. I feel, women are killing it. In the
they are killing it.
Totally, it makes better agents than males. For sure.
I agree.
How do you stay up to date with everything in terms of all the trends? Because I know there's always these trends for real estate and how to, I don't know, like all the tubs, shapes, and quartz countertops and marble and all this stuff. How do you kind of stay up to date? Do you follow any maybe accounts? Do you go to like, are there real estate workshops or something that you guys learn?
I mean, our brokerage offers a lot of that training.
Okay.
And the meetings that they do, they talk about various trends. Max is really good at keeping me informed.
Okay.
To be honest, with the kids, I don't have as much time. Like, I used to, wake up early, read whatever's going on in the market, and I just don't have as much time now.
Yeah.
But I'm getting back into that routine. Like, they're about to start sleeping, both of them, hopefully for the time.
Amazing. Fingers crossed.
I can start sleeping too.
I can start sleeping, and I can start waking up early and having a routine. But the brokerage, that's where having the right team to keep you informed is important.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like
do all the digging yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah.
And also, you recently won a really big award. So
huge award
congratulations on that.
That was insane.
It was like the top, like, what percentage of agents was it?
Less than 1% or something. It was insane.
An insane award.
No,
so
it was 5%.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
5%.
Yeah, 5% of and real. And I
Oh,
will
just
brag.
5%, guys. Just 5%.
But it's, the agency has the highest volume per agent of any brokerage in the world. I hope I got that right.
We'll edit it if you didn't.
Yeah, so they're big names to compete with, but you know, it wasn't just my efforts, it's my team's efforts as well.
Okay.
Which I obviously wouldn't be able to do without them, but yeah, still very.
Congrats.
But I mean, you created the team, you curated the team.
It's all
that's
thanks to me.
It's all because of you, you know?
So I want to know from that, like, how do you stay so driven and like motivated to keep like these big goals and achieving them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think my motivators have changed over the years. Now with the kids, it always comes back to the kids now.
Yeah, and we're going to get all into that.
Oh boy, yeah.
Life.
Well,
They're so cute.
But it's
They're
it's just they're the motivators now, right?
Yeah.
Before that, it was like wanting to sort of just live the Canadian dream and be able to give back to my mom at some point. Yeah. Now it's about the kids. Mom is now third on the list. Sorry, but yeah, I've never had a hard time with the motivation part of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like you strike me as like the studious type, like growing up and stuff.
Well, listen, if you went to school in Russia, oh boy,
you had to be.
You had to be. You literally get things thrown at you if you're not paying attention or doing your homework. Yeah.
Okay.
So it kind of gets that work ethic beat into you.
From
you
a
don't
young
choose. It's pretty brutal, but I guess it worked.
It paid off long term.
It paid off. Yeah, but there's no such thing as like slacking off. Like
there's probably no word in Russian for slacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of it. There's also no word for privacy, which is really interesting. There's no Russian word that equals privacy, which is scary, no?
Yeah,
That
a little
is
bit
weird.
scary.
Yeah,
I do enjoy my privacy.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were not in real estate, what other career do you think you would have pursued?
Probably, you know, I still have time in my life to pursue another career, possibly. This doesn't have to be my end.
And
I
all
love
be
that.
all,
Right?
okay,
I'm
yeah.
very
You can do
young.
whatever you want.
I actually really love that, to be like, this isn't my career for the end of my life.
I mean, I'm only 22 or something, so it's like a lot
You got
of
lots of
time
time
left. You know, the hospitality business has always been really fun. Like, I was a server, restaurant manager, bartender for like 6 years before that.
Yeah.
Certainly owning your own restaurant or hotel would be super fun.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point in the future. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool. What restaurant
when
did
the
you?
real estate market crashes.
You're like, bye guys,
Yeah.
maybe. Where did you serve before?
It was a place called Farbs.
Farbs. Is that in like downtown?
Beechwood area. It's no
Okay.
longer. I was there from day one to day
Zero.
last day. Yeah.
They
when it
closed.
shut down.
When they were
But it was a
banging out the
beautiful. It
doors.
was a great place. 6
Okay.
years we were
Aw.
running it. Yeah, it was just.
I feel like you learn so much being a server.
Oh
us
my
three
god,
have
the
all been
skills are
servers.
so transferable.
Yeah, I was gonna
in
say
so
like the
many
skills that you
ways.
learn. I feel like my kids, I'm gonna be like, guys, go serve for like a couple years.
You
100%.
have to.
You learn so much as being a
Yeah.
server.
Yeah, but do you find you're more patient with servers or
Yes.
less?
More.
Oh, I'm less.
Oh, I'm
less.
Okay,
more.
well, it depends. I watch them. If I'm
Right.
like, I'm like, you should have already had our drink by now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just watching you.
You see it-
You
but
went to the
also-
back and you didn't. You
yeah.
only brought their
That's
drinks.
true,
You should have
that's
brought
true.
ours too.
But you're
You're
aware, like
analyzing it.
some people aren't aware like of how busy they can
Yeah.
be also on the opposite end, and people are like, where's this, where's that, and you're like, can you just look around? Like it's really
That's-
fucking
yeah,
busy right
you,
now.
You see how many are on the floor.
I'm more
Yeah.
forgiving, but I'm also just like I analyze too. Like when
Yeah.
we get there, I'm like, how busy is it? There's like 3 tables here.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, getting back to Selling Sunset. So, have you watched the show?
Of course.
Of course. Okay, good. I was gonna say
Trick
of course,
question.
It was a trick question. I know there's just like so much controversy out there to be like, are these girls actually real estate agents? Because I
No.
know they're not. Right?
No, I think some of them are.
Okay.
Like Mary, for sure.
Yeah, Mary.
is.
I feel like she is.
A couple of the other girls, I can't remember their names now, but I think Chriselle is. I think they have their licenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chriselle has her license, but it's probably not her full-time gig.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
she probably
right.
got hired at the Oppenheim group
Yeah.
for the show.
For the show.
Christine, she's so freaking rich. Like,
Dude,
she
she's
deserves
Right?
to work. Why would she ever work?
She's so famous. It's like
Yeah.
But she
imagine.
like started her own brokerage now.
Christine
Did she?
did?
Christine, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
she
she's-
just
she
hired-
just left the Selling Sunset and she's starting her own like
Oh, I
brokerage
didn't know that.
apparently now.
But she just hired an agent to sell her house. Which
She just
I
bought
guess-
that house. I feel
Did she?
what?
I heard through the grapevine she hired an agent to sell her house, which is not always a bad idea. Like you should. It's not always good to represent yourself.
Okay.
But apparently it kind of looks like she might not be an actual agent.
Yeah, and I've seen like videos of people being like, "This was my house that they were selling on Selling Sunset," and it wasn't them that was selling it. Yeah, like saying that they
I'm
were.
surprised they didn't sign an NDA or something.
Yeah, and I just feel like, I don't know, none of them really know that much about real estate. They're just kind of there. They get there, they're like, yeah, this is the house, and then they sit down. So what happened last night? And you're like, you guys you don't know anything about real estate.
But did you see how they do their hair and their makeup? Like that takes
It's full
hours.
glam.
You would never have the time to do any research on your showings.
They show up and the sun's like setting, sun's setting, and they're showing up to the office.
Selling sunset.
I mean,
Selling
it's whatever. It must be nice. It makes for good TV.
It does.
Have you watched Buying Beverly Hills?
Yes,
I have.
See, though
yeah.
that I can understand that they were real estate agents because they were in the office a lot, and they showed people making mistakes, which they didn't really do with Selling
That's
Sunset.
true. And it wasn't cat fighty at all.
No,
Like,
it was
there
way more actually like business and like business drama versus
And
like
kinda
"Can you slept
relatable
with this
stuff.
person or no. You're like, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely more relatable for sure.
Like imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. Yeah.
I definitely struggle with some of that.
I know, I do too.
Yeah.
I really liked it. It was a bit slow to start, and then
it
got
picked
good,
up.
I think.
I wonder if there's gonna be a season 2. Do you know?
I talked to Alexia.
We have some insight.
Inside scoop.
You heard it here first.
I think they're still waiting for it to get picked up.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like it will.
I think
She
it
also
will.
told me that she had a boyfriend the whole time.
I heard that. I saw that rumor.
I heard that too, but then they made
They
it like
made
a
her-
storyline to just talk about
So
that other guy.
she
What's his
was
name? I
like
forgot.
Joey.
Joey.
But she was kind of pissed about how they edited it, and she's like, I didn't even say this. They like inserted
manipulated
things to make
it.
it look like we have a thing.
Because they're not the producers on the show, so they're not
No.
actually. So they're actually
Producers
just,
will do you dirty.
I was gonna say like the editing can really change up
they can
the
make a
whole
whole
show.
storyline. Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
I feel like they made her also look like sometimes like she didn't really know like what she was talking about some of the time, and I wonder if that was like editing as well.
Yeah.
So
'Cause
they
it's like
played it up.
yeah, I feel like they definitely did. It's like I feel like you would know that stuff going in.
Of
Well,
course.
but also newbie agents are pretty dumb. So
yeah, of course, 'cause they're new.
Fair.
Yeah,
they're
like
new. They don't know what they're doing.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
I mean, she's got the best mentor in the world.
I mean,
Literally, I feel like
she's good to go.
Farrah like kills it though. Like I love her,
And she's like this big.
really she's
person.
short.
She's very short.
Okay, she
Wow.
strikes me as someone who'd be really
She's
petite.
tiny, yeah.
like petite for sure.
and
Yeah.
so down to earth and nice. She literally was asking me questions about my life when we were chatting.
Wow.
And I like she was super nice.
I get that energy
Yeah,
off
she's
of
really
her. She
cool.
seems
Very,
very,
very nice.
genuine. And I feel like I don't know much about their family, but did she grow up like in the
So her dad is not Mauricio.
Yeah, I know. So, like, I guess maybe-
she wasn't really on the show a lot growing up. Like she
Okay.
was a bit older during that time, so I think she was already like off to university or something when they were recording like Beverly Hills. She was never really on the show very much.
That's cool that they're like friends with like Paris Hilton and all them. I'm like
Family.
They're like
yeah.
2 people away from
Isn't that wild though?
It's crazy. And then from there, it's like everybody, you know, you're always one person away from like Oprah.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally, it's so cool.
That's right. I'm
It's
sure
crazy.
Mauricio knows Oprah.
Yeah.
They probably
One
had some
removed.
dinners.
Yeah.
Okay,
So funny.
let's talk a little bit about mom life. So, how are you feeling being a first-time mom in such a demanding career?
second time mom.
Yeah, I know, but like when you were first, like
Oh, yeah.
like when you your first one.
Well, I think we got really lucky because we had like the ultimate COVID baby. Like we got pregnant like as COVID was sort of coming into
Okay.
town. Like we actually, it was really funny. As you know, there was like gossip and rumors of shutdowns happening.
Yeah.
Like everybody was kind of talking about it. Like
Yeah.
we had a friend that knew someone in the government. It was like, oh yeah, they're shutting down the city
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Max was like, okay, that's it. We're not being locked down in our Hintonburg apartment. Like we're
gonna go.
getting an RV and we're driving to Florida. So we got an RV. Like we just called some RV places, packed our shit. The next day, we picked up our RV that they had to de-winterize for us because they had
What?
already winterized
this
it.
is an epic story already.
Yeah, and we
Crap.
drove to Florida, and like when we were crossing the border, they literally were just about to announce like borders shutting down, and the guy's like, "Where are you guys going? Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah," and we're like driving, and I'm getting friends texting me like, "They just shut down the borders. What are you doing?"
You're like, we're going to
You're like,
Florida.
we're outta
I know.
here.
Well, I was freaking out. I was like, Max, are you sure? Max like, yeah, we're going. And so we went to Florida, and we spent, I think, probably 5 or 6 days there. And then I started getting paranoid because I'm like a hypochondriac, I think. Like, you run out of breath a little bit. 'Cause you're
Yeah.
like walking too fast. I'm like, I have COVID. I can't breathe. I'm like, I can't be here. Like, I need to be at home, close to a hospital. Like, what if something happens?
How far along were you at this point?
Oh no, we did it there in the RV. So,
Wait,
so we have a trailer trash COVID baby.
Wait, what do you
We have a
mean?
trailer-
Conceived
like
the
we
baby.
conceived.
Oh, I
on
thought
the
even you
road.
gave birth there. I was like, wait,
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Oh, imagine just like I'm popping. The RV
There we
Max
go.
has to deliver
That would
a
cost us like
child.
100,000 probably.
Oh my God,
without
yeah.
health
Oh
insurance
my
and
God.
Oh,
everything.
that's so cute.
Yeah, that
That's
was-
actually really nice.
It's probably one of the first COVID babies conceived.
On the
History,
road.
yeah. And so then I gave birth in December. We went in March, so it was still kind of lockdowny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas time, like no business happening, and we lived down the street from our office, so it was just the perfect situation. And
Oh my
with
gosh.
Zoom meetings too, I was
Yeah.
able to participate in a lot of. I had like client meetings where I was breastfeeding and they had no idea because of how the screen was.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
that's
so
I got
good.
super super lucky. Like
Okay.
Oh my God,
I'm
that's
so
amazing.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
That
didn't
was
miss
perfect.
out on anything
That's
too.
perfect timing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like
No.
he gets a little paternity leave and you get like a
Yeah,
leave, and it was
truly.
like, okay.
And zero FOMO for missing out
Yeah.
on any parties because nobody was doing anything anywhere.
Wow.
Like nobody knew I was pregnant for a long time because I wasn't like
You
out.
didn't see them,
Yeah.
yeah.
Guys, next pandemic, ever
Yeah.
we're pregnant.
We're getting pregnant
It's
next
really
Rent
pandemic.
an RV, go to Florida.
Yeah.
So romantic.
Wow, that's really funny. That's so
I
good.
can't wait to tell Miko that story.
Yeah.
Like, all right, mom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then so how does maternity leave even work in real estate?
Yeah, do you
I don't
get-
even know what
Okay,
that is.
so your boys are one's 2 and the other one's 9.
9 months almost.
So 9 months, guys, and she's already like, first of all, she looks like she has never had a baby.
That's very nice.
Like
Thank you.
if you said 9 months, and I was like, 9
You're like,
months?
wait, what?
19 months? Like, are you one of those
No.
people? What?
You're
That's
very
crazy.
sweet. I'm ruined.
No.
Trust me.
No, you are not.
You're
no.
literally-
But there's
no.
no maternity leave.
Okay.
Okay,
estate.
so you just, if you don't work, you're not getting paid. So it's
That's
like
right.
get back to work
You
ASAP.
just like pop the baby and back at it.
And there you go.
Oh my god. So do you ever feel like mom guilt? I'm sure you like. I, feel
I
like we
did
all-
a little bit with Miko.
Okay.
I guess I still do sometimes, but I feel whenever I do feel guilty about leaving for a full day of work, I just think of how much guiltier I would feel if they have nothing in a
Yeah,
when
That's
they're
a
doing
really
it
good
for
way
them.
to put
to-
it.
they
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
put in the hours now. They're too young. Let's be honest.
I was gonna say, like, my parents worked a lot too. We were immigrants, right? And they came here and they're like, they had to work like 2
Yeah.
jobs because
Mhm.
they didn't know the language. They had to learn.
You
And
turned out
so-
amazing.
And
so
so I never thought of my childhood like I was alone a lot, you
Right.
know? So
Yeah.
it's true.
yeah,
It's
because the
true.
moments you're together, like you make it count,
Exactly.
right?
Well, that's the thing. I try not to ever be on my phone when I'm at home. Like, I don't scroll. Like, I put my phone on the counter, and unless I have like an active deal going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I have, like, if my mom comes over, I give her shit all the time for being on her phone. And like Max too, he's pretty good, but I think that's important. Like,
Yeah.
I would never
Present,
want to be
yeah.
known as, like, I don't want my kids to think of me and have an image of me on my phone.
Like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
respect
actually
that a
really
lot. I like
I
that.
think it's important.
Yeah.
You're present for when you're there. And then
Yeah,
that's
I
what
have. So I
matters.
don't really have much to feel guilty about. They have it pretty freaking good.
They have a good life,
Yeah.
and you guys have like a beautiful waterfront property.
Oh my gosh,
and I
yeah.
find like that in itself must be nice to escape the city and go to like a calming
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
just
It's great. I
relax.
really miss the city though. I want to come back.
Aw.
It was nice
Maybe
at
just
first,
get a
but-
little like condo or something to just
we're
like pop
we're
in.
looking at options in,
Yeah.
in probably a couple of years. It's I really miss the city.
Okay.
Okay. But you're not
The
too
lake is
far,
nice,
which is
but
nice.
It's
You're
pretty
like,
far. I don't
really?
know.
Like 30,
It's
40
35
minutes?
minutes, 45 minutes with traffic.
45 is a lot.
If you want to go out for dinner, like tomorrow I'm going out for dinner with some
It's
friends.
like, guys, we have to go to dinner at 4 p.m. so that I can get home.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot, and
Yeah.
there's no taxis that go there really. You can get an Uber, but yeah, no, I don't really enjoy it that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Thanks for asking.
Do you,
As a cottage property, it will be great, but for now,
Yeah. Later, the
Yeah.
kids will love it.
But at the same
that's so
time, you
good.
know, first world problems.
yeah.
Can't really
Yeah.
complain about that.
Do
Yeah.
you have any advice on balancing work life, mom life, and personal life?
No, I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I'm far enough.
Just learn as
along
you
to be
go.
giving advice. Yeah.
Do you guys plan, like, I know some couples do like a date night once a week or once every 2 weeks where you're like, me and Max are just gonna have time together, or
We're working on it.
Okay.
So the
I
like
mean it's only 9 months. Like
he's
I feel
still
like
too
it's,
young. Like
Yeah.
until they start having a schedule where you know what time they're going to bed and
Yeah.
they're not going to wake up between then, it's hard to get babysitters.
It's yeah.
So we're like a couple of months. We went to New York. That was our first like getaway, and my mom and the nanny stepped it up, and that was amazing. Having 2 nights and like a full day of just
in New York.
Yeah, like reconnecting and remembering that we're still just a couple that has kids and not just parents. Yeah, that was really, really fun. So we want to make an effort to do more of that. Yeah, it's obviously really important.
That's really nice. Yeah. Okay,
let's talk a bit about like singing and band stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because this was like kind of new to me before this podcast. I didn't really know this about you.
So to a show soon.
I would love to go. Can I have like a VIP
I heard you guys
backstage
performed at like
pass?
Bluesfest a couple times.
We did Bluesfest a couple times.
That's huge.
I know.
Okay, so wait, let's backtrack. So like, tell us about the bands that you're a part of and the type of music that you play.
Sure. Okay, so there are 2 bands. The Hornets is one.
The Hornets.
The Hornets, and so that's like Motown, funk, soul. A lot of classic kind of stuff.
We're gonna link some of their songs and
sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna. Yeah.
Warning: I'm not an amazing singer by any. This is like a very
imposter
very much a
syndrome.
Hobby.
She's probably.
I don't know. Yeah. But so that band is. It's got a really cool story. I guess we've been a band for about 12, 13 years.
Oh wow!
And we actually met on Craigslist or Kijiji.
Stop it!
Yeah, I literally looked up because I did music in Russia, and then when I moved here, I kind of lost. Well, I didn't know anybody, so I couldn't.
How do you start a band if you don't know anyone?
That's right. Yeah. So I kind of dropped it for a few years, and then I was like, you know what? I want to see what's out there. So I think I went on. I think it was Craigslist. And they had like a musician.
Yeah, like a posting. Like,
yeah. And it was somebody wanting to start a Motown band, so I responded to that, and we ended up just connecting super well, and I ended up like living with 3 of them, and it completely changed my social circle, and like I met some of my best friends that way.
Wow.
So that's the Hornets. So we do a lot of corporate stuff now, but we do have a show coming up at Irene's in May, so I'll invite you guys.
I
it's
love
like
Irene's on Bank
parties.
Street.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're definitely
Irene's
definitely coming.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
And then the other one is called Sly High.
Okay.
And it's a tribute band for Sly and the Family Stone, which is like a old funk band.
Cool.
And that's like an 11-piece band with like some of the best musicians in the city.
Wow.
And we played like theater shows and also bar shows too. It's really fun. It's honestly the best hobby anybody can get.
Wow.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because I know we went to like a little shindig at your place, and one of the
Jeff was there.
Jeff was there. Yeah, he was playing.
Mm-hmm. So he's in the Hornets.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Who else is in the Hornets? I feel like a couple of the other people.
So Anna,
yeah,
who's Greg's wife, and Greg is one of the partners of the agency. So it's all sort of connected. Like it's all kind of
also talented.
Yeah, it's all come full circle. And Greg was a part of Organized Rhyme with Tom Green.
Oh my God, Tom Green!
Tom Green. They were in a rap duo together.
Yeah, I love that.
And they had this like super cool song, organized. Was it Organized Rhyme? Yeah, it's Organized Rhyme.
That's so cool.
That's hilarious.
You should look it up. It's pretty
I
cool.
will.
God, I'm
That's
definitely
amazing.
gonna look that up.
Yeah.
When did you start singing, and do you play any instruments as well?
I don't play any instruments. I'm not a real musician, and I barely even sing. But I started when I was, I don't know, 8, 9. You kind of have to do something.
Yeah.
Right, when you're a kid. So my mom threw me into music, and
I love that.
Yeah.
Are you soprano or alto?
A soprano.
Soprano.
Yeah.
I feel like
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I can't wait to come and see you.
I
We're
can't wait to
definitely
see
gonna
you guys
come.
on
We're
the
definitely
dance
gonna
floor.
come.
To the pub.
That's
We'll
so
be your
fun. I love that.
fangirls.
Yeah.
I love
That's
little
really cool.
creative outlets like that too. It's nice to have something on the
Yeah.
side that's not, like your full career and just having a little hobby.
Passion project.
Honestly, it's the best. Changed my life for sure.
Uh,
Because moving to a new country, like especially at 14, I left my whole group of friends behind.
social
right?
circle, yeah.
Yeah, so that's I was kind of missing that.
Yeah.
You guys, you've known each other for a long
Like,
time.
like 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't like grow up together.
No.
No,
You know those
we
people
met through
that
our
ha-
boyfriend. Well,
Through your boyfriends.
fiance and
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah, they were in a fraternity together, and I feel like that fraternity, found a lot of our friends,
Linked a lot of us together.
Men tend to stay in their groups for a long time.
Girls,
I've
brotherhood
brotherhood is real.
Yeah,
I
I've
wonder
switched
why
my
that
friends
is.
so much through growing up. Yeah,
That's
Not
unfortunate.
anymore.
yeah not anymore.
We're good now. Okay, and last question about your band. So, can you share with us any memorable experiences or performances that you've had while
Oh my God.
being a part of these?
Well, Bluesfest was for sure a
When was
highlight.
that?
You were at Bluesfest?
Oh yeah.
Sick.
Where
Yeah,
we were just talking about that. Where were you?
I didn't hear the
What
Bluesfest
year was
part.
that? What year was that?
Oh boy, my hair was like this short, so it must have
No.
been. I don't know. I feel like maybe 10, no, like 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that was for sure amazing. Oh, and you get backstage access.
Wow.
And who was playing? Oh, Tegan and Sarah.
And
Wu-Tang.
they're coming back
Wu-Tang
again.
Clan were playing, which was interesting for us to be backstage.
so wow.
But,
That's
that was
so
cool.
funny.
No, we played, like I met Justin Trudeau at an event that we played at before he became prime minister. That was kind of cool. I mean, who cares now? But
That's really cool.
but we've played like random. We play a lot of weddings, and like watching people's weddings. It's just been so interesting.
That I was gonna say, you must have seen some stuff.
I've seen a lot of it is the same.
Okay.
A lot of people have very much similar weddings.
Yeah.
But then we've had some like really weird ones in the middle of nowhere, like playing on someone's porch to a bunch of hippies with no shoes on, like
Rock on.
Yeah, it was just
Runaway
all kinds of people.
brides. You're like,
yeah,
where's
yeah,
That's
definitely
funny.
lots of awkward ceremonies and
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
You're
my
like, that's,
gosh.
I'm not gonna do that.
No, I
give that advice to
definitely.
someone.
And you, at this point, we've been playing the same songs for like 10, 12 years. So we're just
Okay.
like on autopilot.
That's
so literally
nice.
sometimes
You're
I
like-
black out and then I come back into it. I'm like, wow, I'm still singing and doing all the moves. This is amazing.
So I was gonna say, do you still get nervous? Because I feel like I would be terrified. Well, maybe at the beginning, but now you're used to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
like riding a bike.
And you're with your friends that you all know each
That's
other.
the best part. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best part. Like the pre-show, we usually get a little dinner, so then we'll hang out, have some drinks.
I love that.
Yeah, it's the best, honestly.
I want to
super
be in a
cute.
band now.
If I could sing, I would
I
definitely
know.
be in a band.
I'm like,
I
I'll just
cannot
come
sing
and
at
play
all.
the tambourine.
Yeah, you can throw an ad up on Kijiji. See what
Literally,
hits.
see where it goes, see where it takes you. Okay, we're gonna play a little game.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
excited for
I'm
this
really
game.
stoked for this. So we're just
Alright.
gonna do a little rapid fire game. So it's basically like this or that. We'll throw some things at you, and you just tell us what you prefer. You don't have to say why, just what you would prefer.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Unless your answer is weird, then I'll ask.
All
Yeah,
right.
like why did you pick that?
Okay, I'm
Okay, do you
nervous.
want to say a couple, Ro? and then-
Sure.
and I'll say a couple?
Okay, so I think I know the answer to this, but would you rather a beach vacation or a mountain vacation?
Beach.
Beach, yeah. I think everyone would say that. This is funny. Dogs or cats? You're like neither.
Neither. My
No,
kids.
thanks.
We
I'm
just
good.
talked
Yeah,
about
We
this.
just talked about this. How she was like, I had dogs, and then you have kids, and you're like, screw the dogs. I have kids to worry
Yeah.
about now. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no thanks.
yeah. That's so funny. Okay.
Sweet or salty?
Salty.
Okay.
And sweet at the same time would be the best.
Oh,
yeah,
together.
cool.
Awesome. Red or white wine?
White.
Me
Okay.
too. Love that.
I'm a red gal, but I like white too. I
I'm
like them all.
allergic.
You
And
don't
rosé.
discriminate.
I love a good rosé.
Yeah.
High rise or low rise jeans?
Oh, sweetheart. After you have kids, there's no low
You're like
rise.
every-
I mean,
I've never been.
that?
I hate low rise. I just think it looks so
hate
weird.
low rise
that's
as
just
well.
odd.
It's
Yeah,
just
no.
awkward.
It's coming
Oh.
back though, y'all. It's
I think
coming
if you
back.
said low rise, I would have been like,
Really?
Where
Look
are
at my pants; they're up to my nipples.
No, me too. I'm like, sometimes
Yeah.
I'm like,
the
my-
higher the better.
This
if
is
my
comfort
pant could
spot.
become my shirt.
yeah,
I would.
yeah. Same.
Unitard.
High rise.
Okay, pool or hot tub? This one's hard.
We have a hot tub, so I guess hot tub.
Okay.
But
I
it
have a
has to be
lake, so-
clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like clean hot tub.
Yeah,
Clean. Okay. Emphasis on clean.
Definitely.
I like that.
Fixer upper or move in ready?
Depends on the price. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, this
Such
is,
an
you're talking to a real
agent.
estate
Yeah.
agent here. She's like,
Really
where
depends
the
on the price.
location, the
Yeah.
price.
Price dependent. Okay. What about modern or traditional design?
I think more of a traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so too. I think if it's a traditional that you can then fix and make it modern, I think that's like the ultimate.
But it also depends on what you're buying and what
Yeah.
neighborhood. Like we've got a really cool listing in Hintonburg right now. That's
Ooh.
like super modern, exposed ceilings and like really cool cabinetry, and that works in that location
In that
Yeah.
maybe a
space.
certain age and stuff. But yeah, no, I don't know. That's a hard question.
Somewhere in between.
Somewhere
my
in
house
between.
is pretty.
Fair.
My house is pretty traditional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. New York or LA? Because you've been to both.
Ooh, this one's
Oh my
hard,
God.
I think.
They're so different.
I used
Yeah.
to really like LA a lot more, but last time I went to New York, I kind of fell in love with that city
Yeah.
more. I don't know. Dude, these questions are surprisingly hard.
You
Sorry,
know
I'm
what
not
it is?
being
Because you
rapid.
get to only pick one.
Yeah.
like-
And they're both good. It's not like one.
Yeah, we're
obvious
not saying,
answer
like, New
usually.
York or, like-
You know what? I'm gonna go with New York. That's
Okay,
what my
I like that.
intuitions
I
tell
like
me.
You
that.
seem like a New York gal to me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
Texting or calling?
Oh my god, why are these questions so hard? I mostly text with my voice.
Okay, voice, like a
Voice
voice
text.
text or voice text. Yeah.
Which is almost like calling in a way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with calling.
Okay.
Okay.
I like calling. Yeah.
Still or sparkling?
Regular tap water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh, city life or cottage life?
City life.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say
You're getting a
cottage life, but
condo. It's
No,
happening.
It's no.
Heels or sneakers?
Like regular, like a little heel.
Like a
Like
little.
a little pump, not like
little
a
pump.
massive.
Yeah.
I don't have any cool sneakers. I just wear like block heels.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. What about sunrise or sunset? These are hard. I feel like I wouldn't know what to say for half of these.
But like, what kind of question is that? Like looking at or what is sunrise?
Enjoying.
What?
What are these questions?
Okay,
yeah, I
are
guess
you a morning or night person?
Yeah, morning or
There
night.
we go. Night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
I can stay up till like 10 p.m. these days.
You're like looking at
Yes. What's the definition of? I'm definitely not looking at. Oh no, I do. Yeah, you know what? I've seen a few sunrises this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, and the
Kids were up
clock's
at
about to go
5 a.m.
back. So
I know.
we're gonna
When is
be
that? I feel like
on this weekend on Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm so
okay.
excited.
So that means more time.
It's gonna be
Does that mean
bright.
harder to wake
We
up?
spring
or-
back. We're gonna lose an hour, but it'll be worth it because you'll wake up and it'll be bright.
We're
Right.
gonna lose an hour of sleep though.
Coke or Pepsi?
Neither.
You don't like that?
I just don't care.
Okay.
Okay.
Pop's very bad for you.
I know it is. Yeah. We are.
That's all
we're-
right.
it's like diet.
Everything in moderation, okay?
diet.
Yeah.
What about are you a reader? Do you like Kindles or an actual physical book?
I used to read with
Yeah.
children. I don't do any
Yeah.
Bedtime stories?
No, yeah, even barely of that. I podcast or
Okay.
audiobooks.
I like that.
There's
Okay.
lots of
Audiobook, yeah.
car time, so it's podcasting.
Car
and
time.
audiobooks. Yeah.
Okay. Condo or house?
I mean, house at this point,
Yeah.
but definitely used to be a big condo girl back in my young days.
Okay, cool.
I
Should
love these
we?
questions.
Thank
I
you.
know, there's just
That's
like
it.
Okay, well,
That
we
was
have
so
we have
fun.
two more.
two more. Okay. What about those like clawfoot tubs or a massive walk-in shower?
Shower, way cleaner.
Okay.
Okay.
And Friday night, stay in or go out? Let's say the
Again.
kids. Let's say the kids weren't.
Let's say the kids weren't here.
Yeah,
I mean,
kids
I'm
are
itching
gone.
to go out.
Do you?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're
take
gonna
me
go
out.
out. You and
Take
Max are
me
going
out.
out.
Okay, we're gonna plan a night as so you're gonna go out.
Yes,
and
we
we'll
actually
leave the
should.
kids
Max
at
is
home.
gonna watch the
Down.
boys. I'll send Matt over to help babysit.
Yeah, literally,
God.
I'll send. We'll just have a
Yeah, the-
babysitting party,
and we'll go
we'll
out.
I'm
just-
so down. Please
Okay, we
take
have.
me.
you're like, please, SOS,
Yes.
come help me.
Max, I hope you're watching.
Okay,
Are
so-
you on air?
Oh
So
my god, we
cute.
should call him and be like,
You're on
hey,
air.
you're on air.
We do this segment in our podcast. It's called Bang, Marry, Kill.
Oh, I've seen
So
you guys.
Yeah.
do this.
yes, so
You
we
did
give.
dinner, breakfast, lunch, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she
Yeah,
listens.
of
We love
course.
that. So we're gonna give you one that we've never done before.
Okay.
Okay. So and hopefully you don't have any allergies or this or something. Okay.
We did
Peanut
ask.
butter, jam, or Nutella. Bang,
Oh,
marry, kill.
Fucking kill Nutella.
You're
No.
you're one of us.
That's just
Yeah, well, you don't like
so
it at all.
bad for you,
I know
no?
it's so bad for you.
peanut butter. I would marry.
I would marry peanut butter too.
Marry. And then yeah, the other one.
Bang, jam. Okay, you literally.
That's
did
exactly
same
what
as
we said.
us. Cheers to that,
Oh
guys.
my god. Okay, well
Great
this was
minds.
so much fun.
Yes, so
We'll have to do
fun.
another episode soon, and
down.
we're gonna have a night out with the mom.
Yeah.
With the we're like, please.
That will not be on
And we're
air.
gonna go to your show. I won't link the show, so we'll have a bunch of people coming.
Yeah, the Irina content is about to be pumped out
Yeah.
from us.
I'm so excited. Thanks
Okay.
for having me.
This
Of
was so much
course.
fun.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Okay.
Have a good Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.